One last thing we're going to want to do to this is we're going to want to add page numbers called folios, and we're going to want to add some other information for the publication down at the bottom of the page. So I'm going to go to normal view and window, pages. So if we look on the pages, we also see above the pages of this document something called the master page. And if I go to the master page and I take and I create a square and I add color to that square and I go back to my regular pages, you'll see that that square is there. If I go back here and I move it, then it automatically moves. If I change its color, the color changes. So master pages would affect, and if I then add more pages, you'll notice that that master page item also appears on multiple pages. And again, if I go back here to the master page and I delete it, then it's deleted from all pages. This becomes really useful when we are adding page numbers to a document. I'm going to go up here. You'll also notice that if I go to, oh, that's interesting. There had been some problems lately with InDesign. Not showing their guides on their master pages. And I don't really know what to do about that. What I'm going to do in this case, since my guides aren't showing up, is I'm going to set up guides here. So I set up a guide right there. Another guide here. Another guide here. The thing about these guides is if you pull the guides over the pasteboard area, then they'll cover both pages. So if, for instance, I just bring this over here, you'll see the guide only extends across one page. If I extend it over the pasteboard area, it extends across both pages, which is kind of helpful. Okay. Next, I'm going to drag a text box. And in that text box, I'm going to add a special character. Under type, insert special character, markers, current page number. Okay, so that looks like a number 2. It's actually a special marker that says insert whatever page number this page actually is. I'm going to select that, properties, accidents, grotesque, okay, And I make that again 10 or maybe even 9. And I'm going to go to a special alignment. I'm going to have this number align away from the spine. And then there's a feature in InDesign. If I click on this text box and I hold the Option key, it'll drag copy. I didn't just do that. Okay. If you hold and drag and you get a double arrow, then it will copy. And if I shift and drag, it will actually align with the previous version. Drag it here. Notice that the alignment is away from the spine. So it's on this side, on this side, on this side of the text box, on that side. It's on this side of the text box, on that side, and that's good if, say, I had page 200 of this document. You'd want it to line up like that. Next. And drag a version of this over to here. I'm going to tell this one to align towards the spine. Then I'm going to have the date, March 2020. I'm going to make this italic. And try to get option. Try and get over there. A little line towards the spine. And this is going to be the name of my publication. And then I want to take that phone page number and I'm going to make it white. Okay. Now that I have those items, I'm going to shift and select them all. Come on. Oh, it's fighting me today. I'm also going to lower them down because I didn't really match my guide. It gives it a little bit more space. Okay. Then I'm going to go and hit Command X, which cuts them and puts them on the pasteboard. I'm going to go to Pages. I'm going to go to my master. And I'm going to go to Edit, Paste in Place. And they all just appeared in the correct position. And if I come here, you'll see that they're in place there and that they're also in place down here. Now, one thing is that anything created on the master page is automatically on the lowest layer in a document. So anything that you create on a page is going to be on top of anything that already appears on the master page. So you can notice here that we don't have a page number, and that's because this artwork here is actually on top of the page number there. So there's a trick that is useful to know to be able to have your page numbers and your artwork to be on top of everything. So I'm going to go to my master. I'm going to hit Command All. Then there is something called layers. I'm going to pull up layers. I'm going to create a new layer. And I'm going to drag this icon here that indicates which layer the selected things are on up to here. And I'm going to change this to page. Click OK. And this is base. And then if I go back here, you'll see that that shows up. Honestly, most pages won't have this kind of color background. So what I probably want to do is I want to go to here. This is all complicated, but stick with me. So I'm going to go to here, click that, go to type. I'm going to make that black. Notice that it says A. That indicates that it's that special character, and that A matches with the A master. If this was a B master, because you can make more than one master, then that would be a letter B or C or what have you. Okay. I go here, you can see that that is there. If I go to this other spread that I created, you can see that that's page 4 and page 5. And so it's automatically page numbering. I go back here. If I hold Command and click, Command Shift and click on this item, I can actually select it, set it to paper. Now, okay, the problem with doing this is that this is no longer a on the master. This now exists on the page because I selected this master item using Command Shift. But so if I went and moved this page, I would need to then go back. Let's see if I can demo this. If I take this and I move these up here, that's now 2. I go here. Ah, it's possible that they fixed that. But it definitely seems to have updated. Okay, well, good. Normally that would have been more problematic than it seems to be. The program is always changing and I can't always keep up. Okay. And notice that I've got the date wrong there. I can go back to the master page. Click on there. Oh, delete that. Go back to here, and that's corrected, and that's corrected. And I'll save that. I'll save that as version 3. And that's the basics for creating a magazine spread.